having followed a prolonged identity crisis that recently played out in the American court system and the controversy surrounding the authenticity of the Chicago State University credentials of Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I must confess I'm distressed as a Nigerian. In addition to the barrage of media frenzy that the matter has triggered at home and abroad, I have had the unwholesome burden of responding to embarrassing questions about the Nigerian overall credibility as a nation to privileged audience and individuals both at home and abroad in different parts of the world I've traveled recently. To the outsiders, the entire Chicago University matter, as well as Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu's many other lingering identity question marks, have further worsened Nigerian less than glorious image internationally. Uninformed outsiders now see every Nigerian as a fraudster, certificate forger, or identity thief. The controversy is unnecessary, just as the implicit global embarrassment could have been avoided. In my opinion, Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu should have saved the nation and himself this protracted embarrassment and undue anxiety. Even in this late in the day, however, Chief Ahmed Bola Tinubu still owes the nation and the world a simple debt of obligation only he can discharge. I therefore respectfully and humbly call on him to immediately and personally mount the rostrum of his present high office to perform a simple task once and for all time. He should reintroduce himself to the nation he governs and to the world for avoidance of further doubt. He should let the world know his name, his nationality, his place of birth, his parentage, the primary and secondary school he attended with dates, as well as the actual universities he attended and certificates obtained. It should indicate clearly where and when he did his national youth service. In addition, if at any time he has had a change of name, it should state so clearly and circumstance that his name itself is no crime. This is a simple task that will take only a few minutes. It requires no affidavit, prolonged court process, spokesperson, agents, or surrogates. The task is one that only Chief Bola Tinubu himself, through a direct personal statement, can perform. He must perform this task urgently in order to lay to rest, once and for the last time, the many lingering doubts and valid speculation about his true identity. A leader cannot outsource a clear, unambiguous personal statement about his identity to political surrogates, official spokespeople, lawyers, or any other person, no matter how highly placed. A matter of personal identity of a leader is too sensitive and central to the function of the office he currently occupies to be trifled with, outsourced, or disguised under the cloak of officialdom. It is about integrity, morality, values, and the rule of law that defines the character of a nation and its people. In his present capacity as a leader of a nation of over 200 million Nigerians, his true identity is a matter of grave national and international interest. The people deserve to know with certainty the true identity of their leader, and this overrides whatever rights he may have to personal privacy. In addition, the international community deserves to know the true identity of the person with whom they will engage on Nigeria. Having stood for an election of elevated office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Bola Tinubu have implicitly undertaken to cede the rights of private citizens in favor of life of open disclosure of his true identity and other circumstances that might be of public interest. His personal integrity demands no less. The legitimacy of the office he currently occupies demands that much and even more. Respect for the integrity and esteem of the Nigerian nation within the Committee of Nations makes it even more incumbent and compulsory. It is time to do the right thing. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. His Excellency will entertain 5 questions. Please. You tell us your name. Please. No, just stay here. No. Okay. Microphone. Okay.
Okay, sir. Your Excellency, sir, my name is Mrs. Georgina Humphrey from Radio Nigeria. You just called on the president to reintroduce himself to Nigeria, the people he governed, by coming out clean. What would be your take if he rejects your call?
Well, it is no longer. This is no longer in position to do that because he's choosing to serve. And when you choose a particular office, you must do certain things. It's an obligation that you cannot cede or refuse to, because you could see the crisis we're going through.
Thank you. Please.
Do I have to come in there?
Yes, please. Go to the president.
Right.
Good morning, sir. My name is Atiku Abubakar. I work with these day newspapers. I have 2 questions for you, sir. The first is, there is some comments in social media about your academic background. Are you safe to accuse somebody to introduce himself? Can you give us a brief about your academic records for the records? 1, last week, the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar called on you and Kwankwaso to join him to retrieve the stolen mandate. What's your take on it? Thank you.
I will not just start by giving you my academic record. I will start by introducing myself to you. My name, given name at birth by my parents, is Peter Obi. That was what my parents gave me at birth. I don't answer my Igbo name because some of you might not know. What it means is that I cannot die. So I choose not to answer it. I don't know why my father gave me that name. But that's my name. My name is Peter Obi. Because I'm a Catholic, I'm a Christian. At confirmation, my confirmation name was Gregory. I love the name Gregory. Great. So you will see me write always Peter Gregory Obi. I studied my primary school in Santa Maria, Onitsha, before the war. After the war, we came back. I went to a primary school called Holy Trinity, Onitsha. I was there for a few years when my auntie, who was a principal at a place called Umuoba, Anam Primary School, took me because she wanted to live with me. So I stayed there. From there, I passed common entrance to go into Christ the King College. I was in Christ the King College from September 1973 till 1978. I then went to University of Nigeria, Nsukka, from 1980 to 1984. Read philosophy and had a BA, second class in philosophy. Thereafter, I've been to so many other institutions for training, which I will show you by CV before you leave now. And I'll make sure I have it circulated. And I can claim to be an alumnus of some of those schools that I went for training, among which include Lagos Business School, Kellogg Graduate School, Oxford University, Said Business School in Oxford, Cambridge, George Business School, IMD in Switzerland. There's so many other places that I've gone for training, from INSEAD in France, Columbia in New York, and all that. So these are no longer private to me. Everything I read or any thing I did, programs I participated, are documented. When I give you my CV, whenever I write down here, I'll show you what I did there, and they're open for verification. It's no longer a private thing. It must be verified.
Thank you.
On issue of whether, on invitation of the PDP presidential candidate, let me retrace again. Whenever there's an issue of national interest, I'm involved in it, invited or uninvited, because it's about our country.
Thank you, sir.
No.
All right, Your Excellency, my name is Friday.
Yes.
I'm a reporter with Channels TV. I would like to ask you just one question, since my senior colleague Atiku, the first question I wanted to ask actually about that call of the PDP presidential candidate. My second question, which I'm asking now, has to do with what the PDP candidate has in his hand. I've not seen it. That's why I mentioned, and I'm using my words carefully. The certificates that he said his lawyer have been able to get, that has generated these conversations. Of what use is it to your own case? Because we would like to know if you also pleaded among your prayer in the court is included the certificate forgery that the presidential candidate of the PDP is pursuing. Of what use is what they have now? For what use it is in your fight to secure a mandate?
I don't make comment on issues that are before the court. Everybody knows that. However, where we are is beyond the court. What we are talking about today is actually a challenge and a crisis to the soul of our nation, to our existence. People who are asking these questions that you have to answer everywhere, it's not this. And this is not a political matter. I want people to understand. It is no longer politics. I've said it over and over again. It is not about whether people went to school or didn't go to school. We have leaders all over the world. I've mentioned severally. They did not have formal education. The most quoted American president didn't go through formal education. And is highly respected. Lincoln. And in UK, it was a similar thing with Churchill. He was not a good student in school. And I can go on and on. People who have rich backgrounds who didn't have opportunity of going to school. And if you recall during Clinton's problem, our respected former president of America, Jimmy Carter, said, it is not about party, it's not about where you are or what you belong or politics, but if American presidents have been involved in what they consider perjury, it's a difficult thing. We have a situation where we now face with credibility, values, and foundation of our nation. And I think I'm calling on all those that used to speak out to come out and speak out. In this country, people questioned Jonathan's PhD. Somebody said PhD is in zoology, is not for presidency. Where are the people now? We want them to come out now. So that's why I said respectfully, I'm pleading that this issue be attended to.
Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Abayo Makiwala is my name. I report for Wazobia, Nigeria. You just gave us your rich CV now. Did you submit these certificates to INEC? If no, why? Are you scared of anything? That is one. Secondly, this issue of certificate saga, I think it should have all this, everything like this should have been done before the election itself. Don't you think it's high time we look into our electoral process? And Atiku is having his own, we're talking about Tinubu now and others. So don't you think our electoral process needs to be looked into before election, or this should have been settled? Thank you.
Thank you very much. About submission, I'll say it again. If you look at what I submitted to INEC, I submitted up to my university degree, including my youth service, and I attached the other one. The other one, quite frankly, the only thing that you require is primary and secondary school. But I attached up to university. And like I said, I went to University of Nigeria, Nsukka. It's not very far. In fact, if you go there today, the present VC, which is the first VC that is an alumnus of the university, the two DVCs are all my mates. We came in together and left together. And I can say to you, so many people that I came into university together and left together. Soludo, I can call all of them. If you went to Nsukka at the time I was there, I'm one of the very few students everybody knows. And I say it without anything, so you can go and verify that one. If you pass through Christ the King College, you will know me. At my final years, I was at least the deputy school discipline prefect. And I'm sure people know me. You know? So it's not a problem. In issue of what you said, your second question, it is fundamental. That is part of building the institution. But it has to start by having leaders who are credible. Everything starts with the credibility of the leader. The character, the behavior. These are critical issues. That's why I say this goes to the soul of our nation. It is not politics. It is an appeal.
Thank you, Excellency. The last question.
I will answer the next group.
Not this one. Okay, there's one.
Okay,
Sorry.
Excellency, my name is Oke. May I report for AIT. What I need to add to the question that my colleague asked is, what venue do you want the president to announce to the world about his name, his certificate? But a lot of statements have been made by the presidency before the press. Thank you.
What I just did now is very simple. It's just very simple. I said it should not be, remember what I said? It should not be a source. It should be him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Sir, I have a question for one more.
Just one, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sir, my name is Sunday Iswa. I write for Leadership. Now, INEC displayed the credentials of all the candidates that participated in the elections. Why were you people not interested about investigating these credentials until now? And the second question is, Section 29, Subsection 5 of the Electoral Act states clearly how issues of pre-election matters should be challenged in court, and the parties that should challenge this issue. Why are you raising these issues now?
I'm not in court now. I said I don't get involved with the issue of court. And let me say it again. This is a critical issue. It does not matter when the issue came up. It still remains the same thing. Ben Johnson ran a great race and is a respected athlete. But on that one last race, he's already gotten the gold and went home when they discovered that his tested destiny is duped. They didn't say, oh, you'd have known that before Ben Johnson ran the race. But they do the test before he went the test. So it doesn't matter when. There's no particular time to do what is right. This is the time to do what is right. And we must. We have a nation. We have children. The young girl who said he was the best in exam, they didn't dictate him before he said it. Well, when he said it, the people started investigating. And when they found out, Nigeria, what do you tell that young girl? To say to her, it wasn't dictated before he came out. No. This is an issue that is of great concern to the soul of our nation.